Good evening. Thanks for joining us on the news at 8. Today, the 25th day of April 2025. I am Chair Omahi. First major headlines. Kalu calls for Southeast alignment with President Tinubu's agenda, highlights federal government's achievements. Rivers Zoo administrator seeks more time from NAS panel amid fragile emergency rules. Federal government advocates local manufacturing of oil pipeline. We'll take commercials and be right back with details and many more. Stay connected.
Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil is as durable as titanium.
Welcome back. Now to details. The Abia State government has revoked the land title previously granted to the Enyimba Automated Shoe Company and is set to reclaim all state-owned assets and resources committed to the company. In a press release issued on Friday by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Okoha Njogo Okoha, and made available to ABN TV, the decision followed a comprehensive audit and review conducted by one of the Big Four global consulting firms. The review exposed widespread financial irregularities, governance failures, and a deliberate attempt to exclude the state from ownership despite its significant contributions. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, has called on the Southeast to align fully with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda in order to attract more federal attention and developmental benefits. Speaking in Umuahia on Thursday during the unveiling of the Renewed Hope Partners, a political mobilization group aimed at supporting President Tinubu's 2027 re-election, Carlos stressed that the time had come for the region to take a firm stand with the central government. The sole administrator of Rivers State's Rear Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, retired, has appealed to the National Assembly's ad hoc committee for additional time to prepare a detailed briefing on the state's ongoing situation, citing the fragile political and security environment under the current state of emergency. Speaking at the National Assembly on Friday, Ibas acknowledged the critical role of the committee in safeguarding Nigeria's democratic foundations and expressed his commitment to transparency and cooperation. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has reacted with deep disappointment to the recent mass defection of Delta State Governor Sheriff Omowori, along with several elected officials and party leaders, to the All Progressives Congress (APC). Speaking at the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja during a ceremony to issue the certificate of return to the party's Anambra governorship candidate, Mr. Jude Ezenwafo, the PDP acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, described the defections as a painful betrayal, particularly in light of the extensive support the party had given Delta State over the years. Usman Bugaji, a former House of Representatives member and a presidential advisor, has charged that the ruling All Progressives Congress is orchestrating the defection of important members of the opposition People's Democratic Party through financial inducements. Bugaji made the statement during a televised interview on Arise Television on Thursday. As Nigeria moves steadily towards the 2027 general elections, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has stated that the upcoming vote transcends traditional party competition, framing it instead as a referendum on the prevailing socio-economic conditions faced by the Nigerian populace. Speaking in Abuja on Thursday during the presentation of the certificate of return to Chief Ezenwafo Jude, the PDP's candidate for the forthcoming Anambra State governorship election. The party's acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, used the platform to emphasize the broader implications of the 2027 poll. The National Economic Council postponed discussions on state police until its next meeting on Thursday despite the bloodshed and violent attacks in various parts of the country. Bayelsa Governor Doyediri told State House correspondents after the council's 149th meeting at the Aso Rock Villa that the issue was on the agenda, but it could not be discussed in detail as it was still far down on the list. MTN Nigeria has confirmed it recently experienced a cyber attack but reassured customers, partners, and stakeholders that its core infrastructure and Nigerian operations were not affected. In a statement issued on Thursday, the telecommunications provider revealed that it had detected unauthorized activity on its network systems and responded promptly to isolate and contain the breach. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has called on Nigeria to expand its tax revenue base as part of efforts to enhance fiscal policy and ensure long-term economic stability. IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva made this recommendation during a press briefing in Washington, D.C., held on the sideline of the 2025 IMF spring meetings. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to fostering the growth and sustainability of local content production in Nigeria's oil and gas industry. Minister of Petroleum Resources Henneken Lokbobiri made this declaration on Thursday during the launch of Monarch Alloys 33 LPE and concrete weight coating facility in Ikorodu, Lagos State. Lokbobiri emphasized that Nigeria will continue to encourage local production of oil pipelines and promote patronage of domestic producers. On foreign scene, a Long Island resident has been indicted on federal immigration fraud charges for allegedly canceling his involvement in the 1994 Rwandan genocide, the U.S. Department of Justice announced on Thursday. Austin Nsabumukunzi, 65, of Bridgehampton, was arrested and arraigned before U.S. District Judge Jonah Sebet in Central Island. While on sports, the former Super Eagles player Taiwo has urged the current Flying Eagles team to enter the 2025 U20 Africa Cup of Nations with courage and confidence. Speaking in an interview with Lasgidi 90.1 FM, Taiwo, who was a key member of Nigeria's successful 2005 U20 team, had some words of advice for the current squad and shared his thoughts on what it takes to succeed at such a prestigious tournament as Aliyu Zubairu's boys prepare for their own U20 AFCON campaign. And that sports news brings us to the end of the news at 8. Before we go, recap of our major headlines. Kalu calls for Southeast alignment with President Tinubu's agenda, highlights federal government achievements. Rivers Zoo administrator seeks more time from NAS panel amid fragile emergency rule. Federal government advocates local manufacturing of oil pipeline. For these and many more, log on to website at www.abntv.com.ng. You can also download the app to Google Play Store, download ABN Radios plus television. You can as well follow us on all our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Chinyer Umai. Do have to that night rest and stay safe.